Hey everyone, welcome to Disciple Makers. I am Jeremy. Our mission is to courageously multiply followers of Jesus Christ. A couple of weekends ago, I was on a men's retreat, and we were playing this game during free time called Nine Square. And the whole point of Nine Square is each person is against everybody else, and you, when the ball comes into your square, you are trying to hit it out of your square into somebody else's. So you can't catch it and throw it, but you got to hit it into somebody else's. And so I've never really played volleyball, but I've been around volleyball a lot. My son plays it. I've watched him play hundreds of games. And so I've tried over the years to kind of emulate what volleyball players do. And so as we're playing Nine Square, I'm hitting the ball as a volleyball setter would do out of my square into someone else's square. And one of my friends kind of stopped the game and he goes, "Wait, are you allowed to do that? It looks like Jeremy's catching it and throwing it. I thought you had to hit it out of your square." And so I then kind of go on this rambling explanation where I was kind of confusing myself. I'm like, well, in volleyball you can kind of, it looks like but it's allowed, and and someone else chimes in, yeah, it's fine if you do this and not this. And meanwhile, my friend with the initial question was looking at us with a blank stare like, I have no idea what you all are talking about. I'm more confused than I was when I asked the initial question. And so we're like trying to then clarify, but the more we clarify, the more we just add layers of complexity and confusion. Until my friend Zach finally just hushed us all with just a brilliant sentence that brought so much clarity to everyone. He goes, "Just do what Jeremy's doing and you'll be fine." And my friend who asked the initial question goes, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." And off we went and played and continued the game. Sometimes, as followers of Jesus, as disciples of Jesus, we add all these layers of complexity. And we have God's word, and it's full of so much instruction and truth and amazing things, but then there can be layers of complexity that we add. And sometimes in the midst of complexity, it stifles us from doing the simple thing that we as disciples are called to do. And I think as simple as Zach's instructions to my friend that day on the Nine Square court is exactly what we as disciples should be trying to do. Just do what Jesus is doing and you'll be fine. Just do what Jesus did and you'll be fine. And so we look to the words of Jesus. We look to what the Apostle Paul said. We look to what the apostles said. Just do what they said to do. Just do what Jesus did. Live how he lived. Have compassion how he had compassion. Show grace how he showed grace. Forgive like he showed forgiveness. These things that Jesus did, do those things and you'll be fine. In fact, Paul, in a brilliant verse, kind of says something very similar. He says in 1 Corinthians 11, verse 1, "Follow my example as I follow the example of Christ." And so for us, do what Jesus did and you'll be fine. Follow the example of Christ. And so in our discipleship relationships, it's not about following one another. It's not about you following me and doing what I do. It's we together following Christ, mimicking our example to what Christ did. And if we do that, we can set aside all the complexity and all the confusion and all the complication that tends to come with following Jesus. Just do what he did and you'll be fine. This homework this week, read together. In fact, do it with somebody else. Read Matthew 5 through 7. Look at what Jesus said to do. Look how he came and told us to live. Look at Philippians 2, what Paul writes about what it is to then model our lives after Jesus. Read those things. Do then what Jesus said to do. Do what Jesus did. and you'll be fine. Let's go. Let's keep making disciples.